Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to go over some of the tools that I use every day as a 40-year-old EV electrician apprentice and give you some of my favorites, some of my everydays, and just give you an idea of some of the tools you can expect to be using as an electrician in this industry. Anyways, so we've got my favorites. I'm going to start with my favorite wire cutters if I can find them. The Crocs. So you guys might have saw me talking about these on my last video. These are so cool. They're small, the handle very ergonomic, got a little lock on here, and the cutters, the blades are amazing on them, and the sizing of the hose for stripping wire are almost perfect, I would say. To give you some comparison, these are the first pair of strippers that I bought myself. These Klein ones, although small, cheapies, they actually cut really well. I used these on we did a 5,000 square foot home. We changed out the switches, light switches, and the plug outlets, and yeah, these actually worked very well for that. But I don't know, it's just something about them. The handle, I don't like them being straight, and these only cut to 10, whereas the Milwaukee's and the Racketeers, they'll cut 8. So these Milwaukee's, I like these. I also use these on that home job, and I like these a lot because we're twisting a lot of wire, and this wide tip nose came in really handy for that. I didn't have to keep switching to my linemen's or another tool. I was able to use these for that. And these cut well, but I have noticed, I don't know if it's just the pair that I got, but these cut a little too deep when you're stripping wire, and they can damage the wire, and I'm not a fan of that. Other than that, these are heavy, they're biggie, they're bulkier. If you're like me, I do put my tools in my pants a lot. I have the 511 strike pants. Check out one of my older videos. I go in depth on those and why I chose those. But yeah, they sit in your pocket, but they take up a lot of space, a lot of real estate. Whereas these, very thin, very light, cut the same gauge wire. The only downside of these is the nose isn't as wide, but that hasn't really been that big of an issue for me. So yeah, my favorite wire cutters, definitely hands down the Racketeer Crocs. Next up, we have, so far, my favorite screwdriver, the Stubby. This thing is awesome. Small, again, fits well in my pocket, and it extends different sizes, and it comes all the way out, and I can use this as a drill driver bit. So the next plus about this is in the butt of the screwdriver we have different bits, all different types: Phillips, square, big Phillips, small Phillips, flatheads, you name it, they're in there. So keeps me from having to carry multiple screwdrivers. Gloves. So I have 2 pairs of gloves that I use when I'm working. These are my deerskin that I purchased about 15 bucks at Harbor Freight, and these things have been awesome. I love them. They're thin, so it feels like another layer of skin, and they're a little bit tougher, so sometimes we might be helping the civil crew do some stuff, and I want to keep my hands looking, from getting too beat up. So I rock these. I've had these about a month now, and they're still holding up great. My usual gloves are these Kleins, and you can find these pretty much at any supply house. They're really thin. They mimic the Maxi Flex gloves that most people use, the thing I like about these over the Maxi Flex is that these actually come all the way down to the corner of my fingers. So if you have longer fingers and you've worn the Maxi Flex gloves, you know what I'm talking about. They'll come to about here, the middle of your knuckle, and you just can't, it doesn't feel good, it doesn't look good. These have been awesome. It's about time for another pair of them. I will say the Maxi Flex, the palm material does last longer than what these clients have, but honestly, for them to, these clients to fit the way that they do, I'll take these over those every day. Next up, we have my cap light. I talked about this in my last video as well, but in case you missed it, this is my Nemo Micro 250 light, and I use this mostly when doing home charger installs. So we get up in attics and you know it's dark up there. This light works great. These come in a 2-pack on Amazon for around 26 bucks. Man, you can't beat them. I gave one away to my journeyman because he didn't have one, which I was like, man, you gotta have one of these, especially for the home installs. It's just perfect. So check that out, the Nemo Micro 250. My Klein tape, pretty cool, nice, sturdy, durable. We have inches on both sides. We have it, tells you the feet at each foot level. You know, really can't beat it. Has a little button down here, so pull it out, hold that button, and it'll stop retracting. Let it go, it'll go back in. We also have the lock button up here, and probably the coolest feature on this is the magnetic tip, and it's super strong. I don't know if I have anything metal over here that I can show you, but oh, there we go. Super strong magnet, love it. I do wish that this, I think that I wish it was smoother. Maybe I've got some dirt or something in there, but it just doesn't retract as smooth as it did when I first got it. And I've only been at this like 3 months. So I see a lot of people using the Crescent Lupkin, but I'm not sure exactly what it is about that one that everybody likes, but I may give that a try next. Some everyday stuff. Obviously, the tape measure gets used daily. My Klein blade has a compartment down here to hold 5 extra blades, and I like it. I do plan on getting a different one just because I don't like how wide this is. I would prefer a thinner blade. Like I have a Cobalt one that I carried every day before I started this job, wouldn't handle. But I do like the push button on this. So, you know, push the button, flick it out, and it also stops right here at this degree. So that comes in handy, stripping wire, bigger wire sometimes too. Most likely, I think I'm gonna switch. The next one I get will be the Milwaukee. A couple guys that I work with have, it's just like this, a little bit thinner, but on the bottom it has a screwdriver that has a flat head and a Phillips head, and that comes in handy sometimes too. So that'll probably be the next one I get, or I may just buy a nice pocket knife. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments. All right, moving right along, some more everyday tools. Well, not every day necessarily, depending on the job I'm doing. Channel locks. So I've got these that were part of the toolkit that my job gave me when I first started, and I really like these a lot. They're Klein, adjustable, decent grip. They do slip, so they're not perfect. And then I went out and bought these, trying to save some money and not, you know, go broke buying the Kinepex ones. These have been cool. They got the push button, you know, hold the button down, slip, gives you that one hand change action. So if you're working and your other hand's full, use these quite a bit. We did a Tesla job up in Illinois for my very first job, and we were using couplers, the kind that I have to screw on both sides instead of the screwdriver ones. And so I went ahead and bought it. So I bought this extra set so I could have two to use. And so those came in handy. Also, I bought this set of cool looking ratchet wrenches. And where's the rest of them? Well, it came with a whole set and they're all different colors. But there's like a green one and another color one for the bigger ones. But these came in super handy when we were running all the conduit at that Tesla job for tightening the straps. So yeah, got these. These are Pittsburgh brand from Harbor Freight, lifetime warranty. They've worked great, have held up great. And even before this job, I've bought some tools from Harbor Freight. My home ratchet set I got from Harbor Freight years ago, and it's held up nicely. I'm really probably honestly looking at purchasing, when I do get to the point where I purchase a new Impact, I'm gonna look into the Bauer brand at Harbor Freight. We've got some civil crew guys that have been using that stuff, and they're tough on that stuff, and they have nothing but good things to say about it. So we've got some neighbors driving by. So yeah, I am definitely a fan of Harbor Freight tools. And what else? Oh, how could I forget? My Klein Tools marker. I bought a whole set of these. This happens to be the last one that I have. I'm not sure where the rest of them are, but this gets used every day. And my daughter says she knows where they are. I'll talk to you about that after the video, sweetie. Need to know that. My level, this thing gets used all the time. It's a Klein, has these super strong magnets on the bottom. So putting it on conduit, on top of a panel, whatever you need it for. This thing's awesome. We've got 0, 45, 30, and 90 degrees. Thing works great. And this is my small tool bag. This is a Mellow Tough. Yeah, Mellow Tough. I got this on Amazon for $2. Oh my goodness. We've got branches falling out of the trees. This is crazy. Anyways, $25 on Amazon. And I think it's supposed to mimic what is that brand? You guys know the brand, the really expensive brand, but it's really high quality. This is their knockoff version of that, and this one I got has the belt clip, and it also came with a belt, but I didn't use the belt, and I honestly don't use this a whole lot. This again was something I bought for the large Tesla job where we were running tons of conduit and was up in the lift quite a bit, so I just wanted to have everything right there on my hip so I didn't have to keep reaching down to the bottom of the lift, and it worked great. Yeah, nothing bad to say about it at all. So that's that. And honestly, I believe that is the majority. There's another one of those wrenches. That's the majority of, oh, and another one. Kids wearing her earlier, if you can't tell. I try to keep my bag pretty organized. But so, speaking of bags, this is my Klein tool bag that I purchased at either Home Depot or Lowe's. I want to say it was probably Lowe's, but this thing has been amazing. It's smaller. It has this sturdy plastic bottom. So, toss it around into the work van, onto the job site, and it holds up really well. It's double-sided, so it's nice. This zipper falls down. We've got a pouch right here. Actually, what's in here? Oh, wow. My other markers that I thought I lost. I actually put them up somewhere. So, yeah, we've got a pouch here. Obviously using those for markers. We've got a little pouch out here on the front side. This is where I keep the strap for that light camera that I use on my hat. It also comes with a strap in case you don't want to wear it on your hat. I've got my charger for the lights in there. Another compartment down here, which I'm not currently using. We've got pouches on the side. We've got a tape ring right here where you can store your electrical tape. We've got some loops here, which I'm not sure what those are for, but hang your keys or who knows what. And then on the flip side, same pockets, same zip down. And I use this side. So these are my winter work gloves. It's starting to warm up here in Southwest Missouri, so I haven't used these a lot. Probably won't be. Probably might just take those out of there. But I've got my vest, work vest, high vis, because I don't like cotton work shirts. I prefer to work in the breathable Nike, Under Armour, those type of shirts that wick moisture. So I'll wear my own shirt and then just throw that on top of it. Got my multimeter, which this thing works great, except for I think I fried it. we went to do a Tesla charger reinstall. Somebody backed into it, so we had to go up there and fix that. And it was raining and wet, and I think I got one of the connectors wet when I was testing it, and it, yeah, arced and stopped working after that. So I think I have a Southwire one, unless I left it on the work van. But there's that, and then this is my plug tester. I bought this myself. Again, when we were doing the home, the 5,000 square foot, changing the sockets and stuff, these are obviously to test if the socket is live, or the outlet's live, but also straightening to put it in the outlet and use it to kind of straighten any loose bends that may be in it. So highly recommend having one of these. A little tip and trick the journeyman taught me. Hot hands came in handy when it was colder outside. Thanks, wife. And then I've got a pair of Milwaukee, goatskin leather work gloves. You can tell they still look brand new. I used them on the first job, and we were pulling some heavy 600 copper wire, 1,000 feet of it, 4 runs of 250 feet, and that stuff, from what I was told, is around 7 pounds per foot, and it felt every bit of that. So these did not help on that job. The wire was slipping, and yeah, it was a mess. So I haven't used these since then, so these will probably turn into some homework gloves or something. Who knows? But yeah, there's again, this is the strap. Oh yeah, the strap comes with the bag too. That's what those loops are for. I don't use the strap. It just gets in my way. It's annoying. So I keep it in here just in case for some reason I do need to use it. And that's really, oh, this tool right here comes in handy. My tip's a little bent, so I might have to go replace that. I'm not sure what happened there. But this, you can test to see if a circuit is live or not, and it'll light up and let you know. So, but that concludes my tool review. If you're wondering about the impact I do use, it's an older DeWalt. I've had probably 15 years. I've used it at home. I've used it on work sites, and it's still holding up just fine. But it's not as powerful as some of the Milwaukee tools that my coworkers use. So like I said, when I do upgrade that, I will let you know, and it's most likely going to be with a Bauer tool from Harbor Freight. So I'm really going to lean into giving them a try on their tools, since they're way cheaper and have lifetime warranty, and I've heard nothing but good things about them here lately. So thanks for tuning in, y'all, and I will see you on the next one.